So I am at the gate for my flight going back to Philly, and it's a pretty cool trip. I mean, I jam-packed it. I'm one of those travelers that tries to plan everything for every day so I can get the most out of however long I'm here. So I pretty much did everything on my list, which I'm happy about. Yesterday was very tiring. And when I got back, I had pretty much an hour of sleep because even though I packed before going to the concert, I still had to put things together in the morning after getting ready. So that took some time. TSA was like an hour wait. Thank God I came early. I came around 5:30 and the line was just wrapping around. I definitely took heed to the warning they gave, which was show up to TSA early. So I'm really glad that this trip worked out because there were a lot of cancellations. My flight was actually canceled on Tuesday night before I traveled on Wednesday, but luckily after being on the phone with Orbitz for about an hour and a half, I was able to rebook for free. So if you have any trips this summer, I would definitely say make sure that you keep checking the status of your flight if it's changed, whether there's any delays or if it's been canceled, because that is happening a lot now with the increasing prices for the fuel. So definitely keep that in mind. And to be honest, it doesn't even matter what airline it is. Like my first flight that was canceled was American, and that's one of the more reputable airlines, and it was still canceled. I heard people getting canceled from Delta as well. And then when that happens, there's price hikes on alternative airlines. So definitely make sure that you are prepared to have your flight canceled at any moment. And yeah, keep your options open. Keep staying updated. If you can, download the app of the website that you're traveling with and get text notifications in case you don't have access to email wherever you're going. Final reflections on this festival in particular. Yesterday, I did not get to stay for the whole Issa Rae premiere of her show Rapture just because it was blending too much schedule-wise into the D-Nice concert, because the event was supposed to start at 6, but there was a long line, even up till 7 o'clock, and the doors were supposed to open for D-Nice at 5, but my friends who were already there told me that it hadn't even started by 7:30. So I feel like I could have stayed longer, but I just wanted to be on the safe side with traffic, and I think ultimately that was a good idea. But the D-Nice concert was amazing. I just wish that there were at least one or two female performers. I mean, it was all guys. It was Mace, Fat Joe, El DeBarge, and Conscience, and one other gospel artist who I wasn't sure who that was. But I just wish like the Jacksonville show had been canceled and Maya was supposed to go there as well as Lil Mo. So it would have been cool if those artists had come to the Miami show. But overall, it was still fun. I was one of those people in 2020 who was listening live to D-Nice on Instagram, and being able to live that out in real life was really cool. At first, the venue was really open, a lot of seats, and I was kind of worried, but I think people were coming late from other places or just trying to like take their time to get there. So it was really hard to get a lift back to my hotel because there was so much traffic and the Lyft drivers didn't have an accurate location for where I was. So I just had to walk to a nearby hotel so that they could find me easily. So when I got back, I was hungry AF. I ate 2 bagels that I saved from the morning from the continental breakfast. And yeah, I will say if you are somebody who wants to do the American Black Film Festival or even just come to Miami for more than 2-3 days, like I was here for 4 days total, and you're trying to be on a budget, definitely look for a hotel that has continental breakfast. The airport shuttle, to be honest, I don't think it's a factor because it's never really reliable. Like when I first arrived, the airport shuttle did not stop and then it also only comes once an hour or every hour. So if you miss it, you're gonna have to wait another hour. So I just was like, let me just do Lyft. Definitely plan a budget for getting around if you're not renting a car, because you're probably going to pay about $20 to $25 a pop to get around. Make sure you get a hotel that is close to the airport and kind of central to everything. Like my hotel was in Coral Gables, so it was like equidistant from the beach to downtown, more or less. Last time I was here, I was staying in Doral, and that was a little bit further, so the lifts were a little bit more expensive, like $40 to the beach, but most of my lifts were under $30. So try to minimize how many times you come back to your hotel. So for me, what I would do is really plan according to the ABFF schedule, like what events I wanted to go to and know where they are. So all of them were happening on South Beach. Sometimes I wanted to go to Wynwood or the Design District. So what I would do is plan a day to do activities that are in the same location, so that I might be able to walk to some places. It might be like a 20-30 minute walk, but it's not that bad. Or at the very most, it'll be like a $15 lift. So that's one option that you can use. Bunch the locations next to each other and bring some type of tote bag that you can use for change clothes or food or anything that you would need, that you would think that you would want to go back to the hotel for. So like for me, I knew that I wanted to do a photo shoot on the beach after doing my events for the ABFF the one day. So what I did was I wore what I was going to wear to the ABFF events, and then I had my swimsuit and cover up and sandals in my tote bag. So I just used the bathroom on the beach to change, and then I was able to, and I brought my tripod too, because that's how I did my selfie mode, self timer, and that worked out. And so I didn't have to go back to my hotel to change and do all that. So that's just thinking ahead and planning ahead. You're trying to save on food, of course, like I talked about, continental breakfast, but also there are a couple big Walgreens on South Beach, for example. Like there's a Walgreens on, I think, 5th and Collins, and they have like pre-made food, like salads, sandwiches. I got like a sandwich, a salad, 2 bottles of soda, water, and chips for under $25. So you can do that instead of going to a crazy restaurant every single day. Although I did treat myself to lunch at the Versace Mansion yesterday. So, and that wasn't too bad either. That was like $34 for a 3-course meal. So the only thing I didn't like about that was that you couldn't choose one thing you wanted. I wasn't really that hungry because I already had a big breakfast. So what I did was I just ate the salad that I ordered there for my appetizer, and then I took the main course with me in a to-go box. So other than that, yeah, I would say definitely plan ahead budget-wise. You don't want to have any surprises when you come. Even if you want to stay in a really, really nice hotel, I think that would be more worth it if you plan on spending a lot of time there, because they have a lot of amenities like spas, gym, etc., pool. But if you think that you're going to really do a lot of activities outside of the hotel, it might not be worth it to spend $300 and up on your hotel if you're not even going to be there. So those are some tips that I would say you can do for Miami. Always stay alert to the schedule for ABFF, because we kind of got screwed on the last day. The people who had the movie pass, we were supposed to be able to have free entry to the Issa Rae event, because it was initially called a spotlight screening, but at the last minute they changed it, and so only, I think, industry pass holders and those who bought their tickets specifically for that event on Eventbrite were able to go in. And then finally, when they did let us in and realized that they made an error, we were sent to an overflow room. So I stayed in the room to watch the show for like 15 minutes, and then I felt really antsy, like, okay, I need to hurry up and get to this concert before traffic is crazy. And overall, I'll give the festival a 9 out of 10. I do wish that some of the events started on time, because a lot of them were back to back, and when one started late, you had to go to your next event late. So that was one downside. But the good thing was that almost every movie that was shown, at least all the ones that I saw, once they were completed, the cast was actually in the audience and they came down to the front for a panel. So you could ask questions, or even if you couldn't ask questions, you could wait for them afterwards and take pictures with them. So that was pretty cool. But honestly, I don't even think that you have to get an expensive pass for ABFF, because ultimately everyone's going to be in the same line. That's how it was yesterday. You can get the movie pass to be able to see all the screenings in the Regal South Beach, or you can just pay individually on Eventbrite for the events that you want to go to. So that's pretty much what I have for now. I will be uploading footage from the D-Nice concert. I have a lot of footage and a lot of pictures, and I'm even thinking of making an Instagram page dedicated to photography, just because it's just going to be a lot of pictures of other people, so I might as well just do that. So just stay tuned. I'll post that in the description once that's ready. So thank you guys for following me on this trip, and until next time, deuces.